Welcome back to Dumpster Diving Millionaires, everybody. Today I'm going to do a quick update while we're getting ready to finish the final video or the last video for our last storage unit auction on our Millionaire Roth IRA challenge that we started at the beginning of actually it was towards the end of last year. So we started this end of last year and are continuing on into this year. So what we decided to do, for those who aren't familiar, is we are taking all of the money that we make from dumpster diving and from storage unit auctions and throwing it into a brand new Roth IRA account. I've been an investor for quite some time, done a lot of investing, day trading, other things, and I quite enjoy it, and I feel I'm okay at it. Nothing here is financial advice for you specifically, but I want to show you what this looks like when you have some sort of side hustle and decide to take that money and make that money make more money for you. So here's where we're looking at right now. We've got just over $12,000 in the account, and you can see this is these are my positions. I have 20 shares of Tesla, and then you can see this is my profit or loss on the share. So I'm up about 3% on Tesla. I've got 10 shares of SPY, which is the S&P 500, up almost 7.5% or 8% there. Then I've got 100 shares of SoFi. This is down about 6.5%. However, I've been selling covered calls on this position, which means I'm still down a little bit, but not quite as much. And then we've got Realty Income. This one, I've got 25 shares and it's down 1.74%. However, it pays me a monthly dividend to hold it. And I'll show you what that looks like. SPY pays me a dividend as well. So let's go here real quick. Let me just show you SPY dividend. You know what? Let's do this. My dividend calculator. This is a website that I just built recently. If you guys would like to use it, feel free. Let me stretch this to the appropriate size here. And in fact, while I'm doing this, if you guys would like, I started a new YouTube channel called Your Average Investor. I'll put the link in the description, so if you want to follow me there, you can as well. That's where I'm moving most of my investing how-to and update videos on. I'll continue to do videos here as well, but anyway, so what I'm going to do, we're going to throw in SPY. This is going to show us the dividend history of the S&P 500. So you can see right now it's paying a dividend of about $1.76 per quarter. This is being paid as a quarterly dividend. The dividend yield right now is about 1.27%, based on the last 4 months of dividends divided by the current stock price. And I've got 10 shares of SPY. So what that means is I'm getting 10 times, we'll call it 1.75. I'm being paid $17.50 per quarter for doing nothing. Doesn't matter if SPY goes up or down or sideways, whatever. They're paying me a dividend of $17.50 per quarter. Multiply that by 4, that's $70 a year. Wonderful. All I'm doing with that money is taking it and reinvesting it back into stocks. Now, Realty Income is a little bit different. They're what's called a REIT, which stands for Real Estate Investment Trust, and their stock ticker is O, so let's start with that one. You can see their dividend yield is significantly higher, sitting at almost 6%. However, the price appreciation on Realty Income is not nearly the same as SPY. So you can see here, this is the price of Realty Income over the last several years. It's kind of bounced up and down, but really mostly just hovered here at about $50 per share. And I'm thinking it's going to appreciate over the next couple of years. But beyond that, I'm making about a 6% dividend yield. You can see right now they pay a monthly dividend every single month, and it's about 26.5 cents per share. So let's just do this again. I've got 25 shares times 0.265. I'm making $6.60 per month, times that by 12, about $80 per year in dividends on Realty Income. Now, Tesla and SoFi don't pay dividends yet. I'm hopeful that over the next several years, SoFi will start paying a dividend, similar like JP Morgan or BAC, Bank of America. And that's one of the reasons I'm holding it. I'll continue to add to that position. But for now, the reason I've got all of this in a Roth IRA, all of the gains, all of the dividends, everything that I make here is 100% tax-free. 100% tax-free, but there's some stipulations like I can't touch the money until I'm 63 or 62 and a half or something like that. And you can only add so much money per year. I think the limit right now is $8,500 per year for an individual, and then double that for a couple. Now, the other thing that I had in this, and this is why I've got $1,000.60 in available cash right now, is I had a 12-month certificate of deposit. And now that that has reached maturity, it's just turned back into cash, and I've got to decide if I want to put it back into another 12-month CD or invest it in some form of stock or the other. So I'll consider what I do there. But let's look at, let me just show you where I'm getting the money to do this, right? This is my storage unit profit for this year so far. Remember, I started this last year with dumpster diving, storage unit, etc. But this is this year so far. I've had a profit of $8,792 on the 14 storage units that we've done. And you can see videos of all of those. I've got a break. This is just a screenshot of, I run all this in Excel and a pivot table. So this is just a screenshot of it. You can see this is my total cost. And this isn't actually 100% accurate because for taxes, we're writing off our miles instead of gas. And so if I don't rent a moving truck, unless I rent a moving truck, then we write off the gas. But like in this case, I just took my truck down. So I didn't choose to put gas as an expense because I'm going to be writing off the miles, which in the end will save me more money. So there are a few more costs associated. I've got that tallied up elsewhere, but this is just a really high level overview. So this is the last storage unit we did. We'll be posting a video about this one soon. You can see we spent $106.54 buying the unit, already made back $130. This is probably going to be a 10 bagger. I'm guessing we'll make $1,000, maybe $1,500 on the unit when all is said and done. It's for sure a 5 bagger. We'll make at least $500 on it, but I'm thinking we'll get up to $1,000. And you can see we've been quite successful on all of our storage units. This first one we did for the year, $120 into $800. The number 2 and 3 went from $560 into almost $4,400. And we still have a couple of things that I think will add a couple $100 more to this one. Everything from storage unit 1 is finished right now. There's no more inventory left from this. So this one's closed out. Final profit, 550%. This one we've got a little bit left. I think we can squeeze a few $100 more out of that. So that'll probably close around 750%. 4 through 7, these ones, let's see, what was these? What was in these storage units? I'm gonna have to go back and watch my own videos. 4 through 7. Okay, I remember. These ones we've got a little bit of stuff left, not a ton. I think this one will end the year at about 350% profit on that one. Storage unit 8. This one we've gotten rid of everything. This one was the biggest bust so far. My goodness, we were actually lucky to make a profit on that one. I just want to scribble that one out. That was such a disaster of a unit. We bought it because there was a safe in it, and I had never done a storage unit with the safe. I was like, oh, it'll be fun. What the heck? Way overpaid for it. I paid like $1,000 for that bloody unit. It was just, the safe was empty. It had a cup of noodles in it. It was an obvious plant by the facility or someone else. But the rest of it was just bloody office furniture, and it just took forever to move. It took up a ton of space. We finally got it moved and made a very small profit. You can see here $260 on it. Not worth the time, but hey, at least we made a profit. So far, we haven't lost money on any storage unit we've done this year or last year. Units 9 and 10, those were some good units. We've got a lot of stuff to sell out of units 9 and 10 right now. We sold a decent bit, so I would guess this probably ends at 200%, maybe 150% to play it conservative. Units 11 through 13, this is where we're swimming in stuff still. We've made an okay profit here in terms of percent. Dollar amount is great, right? $1,000 there. But percent-wise, we spent a lot of money on these units. And, yeah, we're profitable, but we still need to, we just have, we have probably 2,000 or 3,000 items to list still. Like, we've probably got $12,000 worth of inventory if it all sells. You know, and it would if we were patient. We don't have enough space to keep it all, so probably we'll make another $4,000 or $5,000 off of this unit and then just donate the rest of the stuff. But I think it's going to be a great unit. I think this will be a 400% return on this unit, which will just be phenomenal. This unit, very tiny. It was a small 5x5 you'll see in the video when I post it. And again, I think we'll make a 10-bagger there. I'll be putting, again, all of this money goes into the Roth IRA, or at least as much as I can. At this point, I'm going to be hitting more money here, more profit, than what is the maximum allowed to be put into a Roth IRA per year. So with the rest of it, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Probably roll it into more storage units. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, last thing I wanted to show you guys today. Again, the dividend calculator is great. Let me just show you one last thing here. This is why I built this. So you can get the dividend history. It tells you what's the stock annual dividend change per year. What's the stock change per year. SPY goes up an average of 11% a year. The dividend increases by 6% a year, right? So I can come down here now to my future dividends calculator and say, okay, what if I put in an initial purchase of, what did I buy? I bought 10 shares at about $500 a share, right? So initial purchase of $5,000 of SPY. I'm going to reinvest the dividends, and every month I'm going to add another, I don't know, we'll say, let's do $800. Every month at $800, and I want to hold this for the next 30 years because this is in my Roth IRA, or actually be like 32 years, and that's when I'd be able to use it. I can hit calculate future dividends. Now this is all just an estimate, of course, assuming that these past results are going to hold roughly true over the next 32 years. Well, I can see, all right, this is what happens in year 2025, on and on and on. And by the time I'm looking at being able to use the cash in the Roth IRA, well, I've put in a total of $312,000 into it. Right, you can see that here. This is the total number of shares that I have. Mine's actually 10, so my average is a little lower than what this is assuming. Now I've got 180 shares. This is great. Estimated yearly dividend. And this price might be a little spicy on the spicy side. Like, obviously, SPY is not going to gain a straight 11% per year. But, like, if you look at SPY historically, right? Let's just go back to SPY real quick. And I'm going to change these. We're going to look at the yearly candles so you can see what this looks like. We want to look at the year candles here. All right, here we go. So here's the history of SPY since, do I have max available on? What is my time frame? Yeah, max available. So since 1993. You see 1993, 42 bucks per share. All the way up until today, we've 10x'd, right? So multiplied by 10, and 93 we'll call it 2023 for simple math, is 30 years. So we're actually right around that same time frame. There's been some ups and downs. Some years where it went really down, and some years where it went really up. Like, check this out, right? So we ended the year here about 375. The very next year we ended at 476. Just a wild gain. Crazy. The next year we ended basically right back where we started the year before. Gained it back again. I think we're going to see some chop. Whatever. Doesn't matter. The point is 10x over 30 years, roughly. So let's just say it 10x's again. This is a little bit spicy. It's going to be more like right here, right? And I'm working on this calculator to make it pseudo more accurate, but this is the best I can do for now. So let's just say it's right here, right? Pretend these numbers are what we have at the end of 30 years. Well, now I've got roughly $1 million, and I'm making about $4,000 a year in dividend payments, right? That's my estimated dividend paid. That's great. Got $1 million, $4,000 a year. All I'm doing is continuing to chuck $800 a month in that I make from my side income. This is like the whole point of dumpster diving millionaires. If I had to tell you guys like why we're doing this, what we're doing with it is, and like why we started the channel is, if you guys remember back, I don't know how long ago we started the channel, whenever it was, what we started doing was dumpster diving, right? We were dumpster diving in the back of my Jeep, my really old Jeep, and we made $5,000 that first month. Well, what I did with that $5,000 is I went and I bought a truck. And then we continued to use that truck to dumpster dive. We made about $7,000 the next year. We started dabbling in storage unit auctions. Now we flipped to where we mostly do storage unit auctions and occasionally dumpster dive. And from that, again, we've made $8,792 just from the storage units. I've probably made another $1,000 from dumpster diving this year. So we're at almost $10,000 about halfway through the year. So we're going to make an extra $20,000 this year from dumpster diving and storage units. This is weekends, this is evenings when we have extra time. We'll go do this. And we're making an extra $20,000 this year. So we started with $5,000, right? So initially we had that $5,000 from dumpster diving. We leveraged that to buy a truck. And actually with the truck too, I don't know if you guys know this, but I started a small junk removal website just for fun to see if I could get any traffic, and I get a few hits a month. I actually make like $500 a month doing some evening and weekend junk removal jobs too, so that but with the trucks, right? So I got the truck. So we got the truck. We used the truck. We leveraged that to get us another about $7,000 in dumpster diving money, plus maybe like $2,000 in junk removal jobs the first year that I had the truck. And now we're leveraging that into this year, where I think we'll end this year around 20K. And most of that is going to go in, or a lot of that will go into our Roth IRA. The rest of it, though, we're going to continue to leverage to build more and more money, right? That's the whole point of this. Let me do this again. We're just going to pull up another little snip so I can use this as a drawing board. So we started with 0, actually. Let me redo this. We started with nothing, so to speak. We said, hey, let's go out and dumpster dive, and let's see what we can do. We took that 0, we turned that into $5,000, and we took that $5,000 and we bought a truck, right? This is our path so far. So we bought a truck. Man, this is getting hard to write. Then what we did is we took that truck. It made our dumpster diving a little bit easier, so we could fit more stuff. It's just way easier. We made $7,000 plus leveraged the fact that I can go and let me add a little. Well, you guys know what I'm doing. We made $7,000 plus $2,000, so we made about $9,000 extra. The great thing is that actually pays for the truck again. Oh, we bought a trailer. That's right, we bought a trailer with this. Part of this, we bought a trailer. So now I've got a truck and trailer. For $500, I bought that trailer. It was a great deal. Easily a $1,000 trailer. I got it for $500. And this year, we're going to assume $20,000, right? And I'm going to put, that's going to get split. We're going to put part of that into, and it'll be, I think it's like 8,500. So I'm going to put an 8.5 right here into our Roth IRA. And that leaves us, that's going to leave us with approximately 12, or we'll say $11.5 thousand that we're going to do something else with. We're going to continue to leverage this money. And then let's just say maybe we buy more expensive storage units that have better returns, who knows. But then what we're going to do is we're going to continue to do this the next year. And let's say the next year, I mean, if you just take this path, 5,000 to 9,000, 9,000 to 20,000, we're roughly doubling every year. Well, the next year, our side income should be somewhere around 40K. The year after that, it's going to be somewhere around 80K. And the whole purpose of this, the whole reason I wanted to do this channel was to show that literally over the years you can start with dumpster diving and you can turn it into some significant side income, like really significant side income. And what I love about dumpster diving is it's like you have no excuse. Like, well, I won't say that. There's some areas where I think I'd be too sketched out to go dumpster dive. It just wouldn't be safe. But the point is to say you don't need money to get started. You need effort. And yes, money helps, right? Like the fact that we had $5,000 let us get a truck, and the truck helped us the next year make $9,000. We bought a trailer, which made it easy to do storage units, made us easier to do junk removal, and we're leveraging, and we could even dumpster dive, I guess, with the trailer if we wanted. We're leveraging that into $20,000 this year. Now I'll find something interesting to do with this 11.5. Not quite sure yet, but we'll continue to leverage that and make larger and larger batches of income. And at the same time, we'll continue to invest, and this money starts growing for us passively, right? Like, yeah, I've lost a little money there, made a little money here, so I'm up like, I don't know, $400 on the money I've put in here, just a little bit. But on top of that $400, I'm also making dividends, right? I'm making $150 a year on dividends. I gotta redo this video, it's getting too long.